Hello from Farland. Today I'd like to do something a little different. I've got a couple things in store for you. One is I want to look at some new plans that I've got cooking, and the other thing I'd like to talk about is some of the new additions to my layout. But first, after we look at the plans, I wish you'd give me a thumbs up or thumbs down so that I know whether people are actually interested in these plans or not. If you hate plans and don't want to look at them, are not interested in it and think I should drop it, give me a thumbs down. And if you find them mildly amusing and interesting and you're curious about them, give me a thumbs up. It'll be a survey. On to the plans. Been thinking about making some more modifications while I'm waiting to try to figure out what I'm going to do with Howe Street. Needs a crossover and needs a proper station building. Right now I have the old Hornby building over there and I'm not thoroughly satisfied with that. Anyway, while I'm thinking about that and gathering materials, I was thinking about this over here. This area right here has not been changed since the original layout was built. And this is rather awkward over here. I extended this, once upon a time this went straight on out. I extended it over and hooked it in because I realized I just didn't have enough sidings to satisfy the need, particularly on the side of the loop that's going this way. So here's my plan. What I would do is I would curve this away as it comes under the bridge into a big arc, and I would add another siding around here. I would only have one crossover, but I could put one in down here if I wanted to. I would have a siding that comes across over to here and a number of spurs that will be good for storage. I haven't thought this layout through operationally yet, but I'm certain I can make it work. I may need the other spur to make it operationally functional. Let me show you a little bit bigger picture. If you can visualize this turned this way, then you can understand what this drawing's telling you. So here's where it curves away as it comes under the bridge, comes out around a big arc over to about here. There's the center point. And I add a spur on. I add a siding on. And there's a crossover. Could have another crossover over here. Comes across, there's the spur tracks and the engine shop siding. Now these would all be very short radius pico points. That would be my plan. Electrofrog points. I like those electrofrog points. They work rather well. So that's the idea. I'm up on a ladder right now. I'm up against the ceiling. So there's the engine shed. There's the track coming around. We would curve out right there and come around in a big arc. I kept that road pretty far over there on purpose because I thought this one might be coming. Although it looks like I'm going to have to move it about 1/2 inch further than it would be. And back in there. I've got a couple other things going on. Let me turn the camera and I'll show them to you. TV antenna. So there's the area right now where Howe Street Station is, and I need some station buildings, and you know, I need more things over there, and I was planning on putting some warehouse buildings in there maybe, and maybe some more over here, factories around. I would like to get some factories in front of the long raised track section on the other end over there. So what else have I been doing? Well, I have two new signals. This one over here on the right, oh, I've got it zoomed out, you can't really, anyway, that one over there, that one's on the main line, and it works in conjunction with another signal way up the track. The one up the track turns yellow if that one goes red, and every time a train goes over that, that one goes red from green to red and stays that way for 15 seconds. Should be coming into the frame about right now. Goes red. And then goes green after a while. The other signal on the left, that is watching trains that leave the platform. If a train leaves the platform, it will trigger that signal for 15 seconds. I'll go make it happen. What I'll do is I'll bring Holland Africa into the platform and have Western Consort leave the platform. I was having trouble with my point motors, but I increased the voltage and now I don't have any problem. Actually, I see we have a SPAD over there. Holland Africa has passed its signal. I hope the driver knows and follows procedures. I think what I'll do is back him up. With all the new flexibility of having these two bypasses and platforms on off the main line, it's really been a breeze. Let me back the camera up just a little bit. I accidentally put a bullet hole in my board up there. Not with a gun, with a drill. I drilled a hole. I thought it was the right spot, but turned out it was in the middle of the road. You could see it over there. I didn't put any signals for trains coming towards us because on this layout you can't really see the signals on the other end. I mean, you could walk over there, but people primarily view this layout from this side. So there would be really no point in installing signals, corresponding signals to the two that are there, the new ones that are there, for trains going the other way, because the signals would be pointed away from you and you wouldn't be able to see them. Interestingly, from this vantage point, at this corner of my layout, you can see almost all the signals. There's one or two you can't see, but for the most part you can see them all. I'll move the camera. You can see that one. And its corresponding distance signal right there, which is yellow right now. You can see the signal up there that releases off the bypass. You can see across the table over there at the bridge, there's a signal, and its corresponding distance signal is right there. I don't know if you can see that right over there in the lower right hand corner. I had a viewer that was concerned that children over at the hotel would get out onto the tracks and that I should put a fence up. So I decided I should put a fence up. He claimed to be an ex-railway man, so I now have a fence on this side. It runs over to the stone wall, and I have a fence on the other side, which runs from the viaduct. I don't know if you can see it very well or not, all the way down, and I ran out of fencing right there. Now, if there are any children over at this den of iniquity, the infamous Black Horse Hotel, we don't really know what all goes on there. If there are any children there, they will not be able to get out on the tracks. Uh-oh. Looks like that gentleman may have had too much to drink. He seems to be leaning and listing a little bit to the starboard side. Oh well, at least he can get a room at the hotel. Well, bye from Farland. And let me know on that thumbs up, thumbs down thing. I'm interested to know if there are subscribers out there who are interested in looking at my drawings and my thoughts about track plans, or would maybe you'd rather just not ever hear about that. That's fine either way. Thumbs up, thumbs down, that'll let me know. See ya.